This is how much I pay on my 2021 G82 M4 competition. Now, the last video I made like this regarding the Supra and what I paid on it, I got absolutely fried in the comments. All right, so it's probably gonna happen again. So purchase price, this car was $65,000. I put $15,000 down and I'm financing about 50 grand. So with the 15 grand down, my payment came to $840 with an interest rate, with an interest rate of 8.5%. Now I know 8.5% is not that good, but the rates are up right now and I can always refinance the loan in a year or so and maybe it'll drop down a little bit more from then. Insurance on this car, man, I thought I was paying a lot on the Supra. Add $350 more for this car. So insurance is running me like $900 for full coverage a month.
So you just seen in this video right here, guys, a guy's paying $850 for a car note and $900 in insurance. And guys, I say this all the time. We're going to burn the bridges this way by making these high payments over the next 5 to 7 years than going out here getting I ain't saying a junk car, but a car from Marketplace, one that's $2,000 or $3,000. Maybe you got to put $1,500 to $2,000 in. But remember one thing, guys, the car is paid off. And when the car is paid off, now you have passive income. Meaning, even if you still got to pay your utilities and your rent, one major bill is already out the way. Meaning, your car note is out the way. Yeah, you might got to get a 2007, 2008. Who really cares at this point in time? Hey, guys, remember one thing. We're in a recession right now. You ain't got to have the fanciest car. This guy right here, he's paying almost, what's that? That's almost $2,000 just in a car. $2,000 a month just in the car. Did you notice one thing? He never said how long he was going to make these payments on his car. Now, just imagine it being 2 or 3 years. Imagine it being 7 or 8 years. You got to deal with this payment for 8 years. Your job is not guaranteed. Just because you go to college means diddly squat nowadays. And you still got that payment to make every single month for the next however many years he's financed his car for. So guys, one thing I'm trying to say is learn how to save money. Why? Because that car got a dent in it and a little paint knocked off. Ain't it getting you from point A to point B? Most of us ain't going to no major cities. We're in the city that we stay in because we ain't got the money to be traveling left and right unless it's an emergency. But like I'm saying, guys, do better with your money, have better results, live a better and happier life. It's your boy Fresh, and let's get on to the next video.
It took me $18,000 to realize no car payment and a cheap car is the way to go. Here's what I'm driving currently, my beautiful 2003 Toyota Corolla with 165,000 miles. And this is the car that cost me about $18,000 over the course of 3 years. I don't know why it's tweaking like this, but it's a 2020 Kia Stinger. I paid $354 a month for 3 years. I was working in insurance as a 19-year-old and they told me, hey man, you're gonna want a car that you can love to drive if you're gonna be driving long distance to your appointments, blah, blah, blah. Basically, they kind of sold me on the concept of wanting a cool car to pull up to my clients' houses with. And that was the last thing I needed as a 19-year-old, to have an excuse to get a fancy car because I was making a little bit more money than people who were my age. Having the fancy car was cool for about 6 months to a year until I realized I'm paying so much money just to drive this thing and it doesn't make my life any different. Yeah, girls might be like, dang, you got a nice car, but if you don't have game, you don't have game, whether you got a car or not. The homies loved it, but they also loved the simple cheap car. So it doesn't really matter if you got real homies, they don't care what you're whipping.
So we just heard from another video of another guy that, he had a Kia Stinger and he was paying $300 some a month versus a Jalopy. I think it was a Toyota Corolla that he was saying. And it's paid off. And guess what? He said he liked the Toyota better than the Kia Stinger. You know why? Because no payment versus a payment always wins. And that's just how it's going to be. Guys, remember one thing. When you're in a recession, nobody cares. Nobody cares. You're in a recession. Everybody's broke. Even people that's faking it like they getting it like that, they're broke. Why? Because everybody's broke. Jobs are being lost. Rent is going up. Mortgages are going up. People want to travel. Them prices keep going up. Car notes keep going up. Everything keeps going up when you're in a recession, but except for your paycheck, right? So that's what I'm trying to say. Guys, I'm gonna do an example of what I was paying when I had a 2012. I still have a 2012 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo, just the base model. I brought it back in 2014. It was 2 years old when I brought it. And guys, it's gonna blow your mind how much money I was paying. Now check this out. Check this out. Now I was paying $500 a month for 12 months. So let's do 500 times 12. Guys, I was paying $6,000 a year just to ride around the city. And guess what? The hardest part, the hardest pill to swallow about that whole thing is that wasn't even it. If you add in, it's not only 500. What am I talking about? You got to pay insurance. So let's do 500 plus $200 for the insurance. And I was adding an extra $100 towards the principal so I can get the car paid off much faster. Add in another $100. So I was paying more like $800 a month for 5.5 years. And it was $800 a month for 12 months for 5.5 years. Let's clear it up right there. So let's do 800 times 12. Guys, it's $9,600 a year. For 5.5 years, I was paying $9,600 every single year. So let's do that times 5.5. Guys, that's $52,000, $800. That's not including gas. That's not including maintenance. Just making car payments. So guys, like I sit there and say, at the end of the day, do you want to pay $52,800 just in a car note and car insurance? That's not including maintenance in the car. That's not including none of that. All this is including is payments. Just payments. That's not maintenance. That's not gas. That's just the car note and car insurance. $52,800. Now, what could I have done with that $52,800? I could have seen half of America with $52,800. But guess what, guys? When you're young and you're dumb and you just want to show off. And guess what? The funniest part about it is getting a new car does not get you more girls, because like the guy said, if you ain't got game, it doesn't mean nothing. And that's a true fact. That's a true statement. I'm 37 years old. I can tell you right now, that's not going to cut the check. You got to open up your mouth if you want her, because if you don't, she's going to keep walking. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how bad she is. Most women, you're going to have to walk up to them and talk to them. Other than that, the car's not going to mean nothing. It is what it is. On to the next video.
A $1,400 car payment, it's not bad, depending on the car and depending on your situation. A lot of people be caught up in, oh my God, you pay that much a month, I can pay that in rent. Bro, you don't make any money. You just don't make no money. If you want a nice car, nice car, Corvette, Hellcat, whatever, Benz, what you think the payment gonna be? If you can't afford it, just don't get it. That's where the disconnect is. People make $2,500 a month and got a $1,400 car payment, then that's a little different. But if you make $8,000 and above, get the car you want. This not making any sense. Stop pocket watching. Afford what you can afford.
So, yeah, we just heard from this other brother that, it's okay to, basically how he's talking, pay $1,400 for a car note and maybe if you can afford it, $2,000 for rent. And I just want to say this much, I'm 37 now and excuse me, guys. But I'm 37 years old now and I done been there and done that. I had the car, the car that was 2 years old. It wasn't brand new, but you might as well gonna say it was brand new because when I got it, it only had 30,000 miles on it, whatnot. So it was barely ran, and I was paying $500 a month. That I was doing times that by 12. We know that's $6,000, and I did it for 5.5 years. Now just imagine if I had that money still in my pockets, what I could have done with that money while I was young like that. I could have took these trips over to, if you want to go see what Italy looked like, if you want to go see what Spain looked like, China, You know, I could afford to do that because if we did the math, $52,800. This is a young man talking. I understand where he's coming from, but he don't know what he's talking about right now. He's not lived long enough. You know, he's about 25, 26 years old, and I understand what he's saying, but you ain't lived long enough to understand what you could have did with that extra money. Savings, I didn't want to go nowhere, and I just pocket more than $52,000 because if I would have got that jalopy, that car would have been paid off that same year, and I would have pocketed more than 52,000. Because if you had insurance, if it was an older car, the insurance would have been much cheaper. That car that I brought, the Jeep, was 2 years old. The insurance is $200. So and then I'm adding another $100 towards the principal. God, that's $800 a month. That's $800 a month that I could have pocket right there. But me being young and dumb, thinking that, you know, this car's gonna get me all the girls and all this, you know, whatever was going on in my head at the time, it didn't work. Yeah, I did get a girlfriend, but I didn't get plenty of women. No, I didn't work like that. You know, like my man said in the video before that, if you ain't got no game, it don't matter anyway. So think about what I'm saying. If you ain't got no game, why go out here and get a Hellcat when you can pocket Hellcat money and stack that money? And then when you turn 37 years old, you living in that house that costs $237,000. And then 10 years from now, that same house that's $237,000 that you brought at 37 years old, that you paid over half because you've been saving that money. And now you're going to pocket half of that money because now you didn't put a nice down payment on that house that costs $237,000, and in 10 years from now, that same $237,000 house could possibly be $400,000. That same car that you running out here to get is going to lose value within 5 years, and if the time you drive it out the parking lot, you lose $10,000 right there. A used car, you probably lose at least $2,000 or $3,000 off back. So think about what I'm saying. Just think about what I'm saying, guys. I just broke it down to you how to really get it in life. And yeah, I understand that this young dude want to ball hard and show off for the girls and let people know I'm getting it like how I'm getting it. But at the end of the day, he don't even know what the hell he's talking about. You know, he's not lived long enough yet. But in the long run, he'll understand what I'm coming from if he sees the video. No disrespect, no disrespect, my brother, but I'm just keeping it real with you. On to the next video.
The average new car payment is $735 a month. The average new car is over $47,000. There are an average of 5,400 repossessions a day in the United States. And we have to stop normalizing this. People do it and don't think twice about it. You know, I went to a local auction last night, and one credit union there had 53 repossessions. And this is not a big city. This is a fairly small area. And they have 50 some repossessions every month at this same auction. That's 53 people, plus their co-signers, if they had a co-signer, that ruined their...
So there you have it. You know, that's a small town that this man is talking about. 50 some, you know, repos a month. 50 some repos a month. What did the man say? The average car note for a brand new car is $700 plus a month. The average car is $48,000. Now, do the math like I told you guys. You know, you can listen to me or you ain't got to listen to me. But I'm telling you, in the long run, if you get that car from Marketplace, it might be a 2013, 2008, 2009. It might got a couple of dents in it. But it might got 150,000 miles on it. But if you put $2 or $3 grand into that car, it's in the long run, it's going to cost you much less money than going out here getting a brand new car trying to stunt on people when we're in a recession and everybody's broke. Think about what I'm saying. Everybody's broke. You don't want to be the person in a recession to go out here and get you a brand new car, stunting on people. You're being too flashy. You're drawing too much attention. Think about what I'm saying. That old jalopy, and it's going to save you a lot of money on top of that. A whole lot of money. Yeah, you might not get the attention that you're looking for, but at the end of the day, where you going? Where's the average American going? They're going to work, they're going home, they're going to see family members that's close by. People are not driving long distance no more. And if they're going long distance, they're either taking a train or a plane. So think about what I'm saying. Who wants to waste money on a car? Oh yeah, it got all the new interior. It got the senseless drive. What was it? The sensor driver where you ain't even got to touch. Listen, people, when I'm driving, I want to control the car. I don't want no computer to control me. No, I want to control the car because that car's not gonna run me off a ditch. And then, I lose my life and everything, and my family gets some money, but I could have lived a little bit longer without that senseless having a car drive for me. I mean, I like, cars that do that and whatnot, but if I get a car like that, I'm still gonna be in control of the car. So it's useless for me to go ahead and get a new car. Right now, I drive a 2005 and a 2012, and I like both of them, and they both paid off. Look how much money I'm saving right now. All I gotta do is pay the property taxes on them and the insurance money on it. And cars that old, the insurance is much cheaper and the property taxes is much cheaper also. So guys, that's what I got for you this week. Guys, like and subscribe to Fresh Reactions. It's your boy Fresh. Merry Christmas and a happy holidays. And like I say to you guys, like and subscribe, click on the notifications, and I'll be back next week. I'm outie.